Hey, Wardock here from the Time Lords Guild with another instructional video or help video for the Time Lords Guild. This video we're going to go over rating for fragments slash gear, or however you want to put it, gear fragments. I'm going to show you, like I say before, get it right into it. I want to keep it short and brief. This video is, I'm just showing you a way of doing things. It's not the only way. It's not the right way. It could be any way. It's just a way of doing it. What I've noticed from playing over the years on the game, bringing it up now, is that you could manipulate or work the game certain ways to help you out better. And one of the hot topics that's been in the forums, and what I do is briefly, I go into the forums. Since I'm the guild leader, I feel I'm obligated. I feel it's my duty to go into the forums to look into the game. I know a couple of guys on the testing crew for the game, and I try to read as much information as I can on the game to give, so I know about the game as best as I can. I don't know everything about the game, and I'm far from know everything about the game, and I do know quite a bit about the game. And one of the things that I noticed is, first of all, right now, going in with the transitional period of the game with the updates and the big updates and adding the things, is that a lot of the bigger pay-to-play guys, the ones that are really up there and they're advancing in levels quick and they pay to play or however they do it, that's a whole nother story. I got my opinions on it, but and the ones that pay to play, they're real high VIP. They're complaining now about the drop rates on the fragments or the pieces for the gears as you go in and quote unquote, excuse me, you go and quote unquote raid for the fragments or the gear pieces on the boards. And how you do that simply, I mean, most of us know, but in case you don't know, it's when you do the campaign. I'm clicking on a campaign, and then you go into normal. Right here, this is showing thing, and like on mine, I'm on 19 and chances. I'm not done yet, but basically, when you see the loot, you can go into a completed board where you have 3 stars, like down here at Queen of Curse, and you see that the loot's there, and then you see you could raid 6 on this one, on my instance here. They've been complaining that the drop rates are absolutely terrible. Excuse me for a second. They've been complaining that the drop rates are absolutely terrible, that they're not getting anything. And I posted it quite a few times in some chat to help some of the other guilds out, and they, said here or less, it's really not effective what I do. But I'm going to show you, and let's see how effective it really is. I'm going to show you in real time. What I've realized is that I have to do some rating for us. Let's see where I'm at. I'm going to collect my free stamina. Going to give me some stuff, and I guess I can claim that too, And going to give me 154 of my 163. I have one more free stamina that I have left for the day. That'll be some hours from now, a couple hours. Excuse me again. I'm taking a drink. I got a dry mouth, but after that, you can go in several different ways. I mean, again, if you want to look for, you're on normal. Again, you're elite. When you do elite, where am I at with elite? I mean, here's elite 18. Is it 18, 17, 18? And your elite basically can give you soul stones, and it's higher with your stamina, 24. I mean, if you don't understand, some of this stuff, we're just briefly going over it now. Your normal, is less stamina, 12, and then your elites. When you go to your elite, which gives you your soul stones of people, certain soul stones, like in this one, it gives you Admiral Soul Stone. It tells you what you're going to get, and some other things. You'll see some book fragments. I'll explain that later. That's for the war, that's for the Heroes Camp, which is the War Hall. So basically, real quick, while you're going, you can go in this way and you can look and see what you need. So, like, for instance, you click on it, shows you I have 1 holy garment in stock, and Eternal Icicle I have 2. But that's the whole completed gear itself. That's and you know that some of them you need fragments. Titan, Zach, you have 11. I have 11 in stocks. Now, when you go into your heroes itself, okay, like say my chaplain here sitting at the top, okay, you have other ones like this, the Devil Ring, which requires you to get different pieces to complete it. One devil ring. And then in the frozen stone, that might be separate. One piece, see where I'm a 38 of 60. And real quick over here, for those of you that don't have them or starting, these are your almighty fragment pieces where you could add the excess pieces. If you don't have them, you could add to them and make a whole gear. This one's saying that I need 22 of 50 pieces I have. I mean, so it's pretty straightforward. And, you know, I need 22 pieces to complete one frozen stone. So, I have to go in and raid for quite a different things. Right now, where I'm at in the game, I am pretty much at a standstill. I'll be doing a lot of raiding. So, and as you go down, you know, you see your pieces that you need to raid. So, what I've noticed over the years of playing, I tried different ways, is that you're going to get a drop rate, and whatever Ucool decides the drop rate's going to be, they program it in, and that's fine. What I've noticed, and this is just from playing the game, and I've tried it all different ways, is that I'm going to show you in real time. What I've noticed is that if you go in and you want to raid for a certain item, say this mask here, okay, the corrupted mask, okay, and right now I could raid for 12 pieces, or I can raid 12 times on this, and what you call it. Obviously, you need the raid tickets. If you don't know, you know, if I'm a VIP 12, yeah, I'm 12, making my way to 13 very slowly. If you're not a VIP, you're very low. I don't know what the raiding tickets are per day. You have to get them. Some of them, you have to earn them by raiding. You'll get them back. But you can only raid as many of the tickets as you have. I pretty much am good with that all the time. I mean, I'm going to wind up selling them. I wind up selling them off, but that's, you know, that's just for me. But you need the raid tickets, so if you go ahead, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to raid 12 on this, okay? And sometimes you might get one or two pieces on the raid 12. We'll see. It's very unpredictable, but I'm going to show you something that I picked up that you can make it a little better for you. To get your pieces, you know, your fragment pieces that you need. And I might be, you know, mispronouncing things or saying the wrong words for them, but you get kind of idea of what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna raid 12, and we'll see what happens. Oh, got a temple, so I'll be sending them out. So we got one. So we got 2 corrupted masks so far out of 10. Okay, 3. Alright, so that was a really, really good raid. Okay, really good raid. I got 3. Now, other ones you've noticed that you might not get none. Or you might get 1. So, I'm gonna do this a couple times, a repeated process over different pieces of gear, and I'm gonna try to show you how to connect the dots on this, and what I usually do for the way I raid, and the way I see how to get maximized amount of what I'm going for and what I'm rating for to get the maximum amount of gear that I can. Okay, so now, on that 12 raid, we actually did really, really good. I got 3 pieces. So now, I have to raid for a whole, you know, different amount of different gears for different guys. So, the next one I'm going to go into, I'm going to go raid for the Ring of Spectre. Okay, this one's a little hard for me to get. Okay, so now, first of all, if you're out of the stamina, your first move that I would do is after your bonuses. You could do it now, or you could do it after your last bonus of the day. Is you have your admirations. Okay, admirations are free, or you could do like I do, and you could pay for them as well. I don't do the gems. I won't pay the gems. Gems are very precious on here, even for someone like me that I have the cards. I get the weekly, the monthly, and the seasonal card, and sometimes the annual card. So I do get gems every day, and plus my digging, because I'm a VIP 12, I could go into 4 caves. But if you don't want to rely on your gems. You want to use your gems sparingly. So you have your admirations, which you see you have 20 for free. We'll give you 20 points, 35 for 40,000 coins, and then 120 for 180 gems if you want to spend that. I don't recommend spending the gems unless you really have the gems to spend. That's entirely up to you. I usually do that. I'll gain 35, and then I'll pick different people every day. I got speed there you've seen, and then my next one I'll probably do Lost Boy and Double D. So, you know, one, and then it gives them the coins for the admiration, you know, when you see them in there. So, here we go, we got that. And then we're going to do a double D. And there we go. So now when I go back out again, I'm going to have 116 and 163. Now, while we're on it, over here in the corner, this is your guild activity points. This is the total guild activity points. When you hold it and touch down on it, 216 of 1,000, that's how much you contributed to the guild for the day. So, in your 24-hour period, that's how you can contribute. Now, to get 1,000 is really, really hard, and in this guild, we don't push that you get 1,000. We would like it. We love the fact that the ones who can do 1,000, but we've done the math, and we're pretty fair on it. We've done the math, and if you get all your bonuses for the day, and a couple digs in between, a little hustle in there. We understand it's a casual game. We try to keep the guild casual. We try to keep it semi-casual, and what you call it. If you can get to 1,000, that'd be great. But what we've realized is that for a weekly person free to play should get somewhere in around the 2,200 to 2,275, 2,275 range. And I forget what it breaks down to a day, but it's something like 300 or 400 a day, and you could do it very easily, without spending gems, because we understand if you're free to play or low VIP to play, you're not going to be able to do it. And we're fine with that. Just some kind of contribution, it would help the guild, and it keeps the raids open. It keeps the raids open for you to be able to raid, get your guild coins, which is for the guild shop, which I'll cover another time if I have to. And it just, it just helps the guild out. So, with that said, I covered that real quick. Let's get back into what the topic was, which is the rating for your gear fragments, or your real parts. So, now, again, you can go into the campaign, do it that way, or like how I prefer to do it is look over my heroes and see what I need to specifically raid for, what pieces I need to get in order to keep going. So, I was going to do the Ring of Spectre, which I know is a really hard one to get to come, because the higher, the higher level, it seems like the gear is harder to get. So now, you gotta go on there. Now, I can pick, so I have these now. These chapters need to be done with 3 stars, chapter 17, 18, whichever one that you plan on doing. Some use it's chapter 6, chapter 5, depending on the level, chapter 10, wherever you are in the game is where you're going to be rating for. And it has to be done with 3 stars, or you're going to have to go in and do the board yourself manually, meaning fighting the board. And then you have down here, you have your elites, of course, which you only get 3 times a day for the elites, and we went over that earlier about 24 and higher stamina versus 12 and higher stamina for the normal. So now we're going to go in. Let's see what gear that we need for. This one gives me the Fiend's Will. I have 1 in stock. The Dragon Reel should have none in stock. And now that's just a completed gear. Right? When you click on it, it's completed gear, not the fragment or the pieces that you need to make one. Like we're going in to see. The fragment or the pieces you need to make one are here when you click on it. This tells you need 60 of 60 to make one whole gear. So when you're in here, it's, if I'm repeating this and you know that, that's fine. Some people might not know, and I'm trying to get over it really quick. But, that's when you click on these things that you need right here, it's showing you the whole gear that you have in stock for that piece. Now, you see it says I could raid 9. Okay? And this one, Holy Bibles, I got 10 of them in stock. I can always use them. I got 14 of them in stock. I got 1 of them, again, in stock, which that's what I'm going for. And I got 7 of the Angels fans in stock. So, what I want to do is I want to show you this, is that even though I could raid for 9, I'm going to actually purchase raid 10 times. I'm going to purchase 50 gems, and I'm going to add to this to make it 279 up in the corner. I'm pointing everything with my mouse. And now it says I can raid 24, but I'm not going to raid 24, not on this gear. Okay, I mean, I could to show you the drop rate on this, and I don't mind because I'm in the middle of a tutorial. So how about we do that? How about we raid 24? Is some of you, do you raid this much? Do you go all out and just raid as much as you can on one gear? And if you do you notice the drop rates? And do you notice that the drop rates will diminish the higher, the more you raid? Because I've noticed that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do raid 24. Let it run out. See what happens. And then we're gonna go from there. So let me hit 24, and we're gonna see how many Ring of Spectres I'm gonna get out of 24 raids. So here we go. Black Marketer found, which I'm gonna have to do that in another tutorial. So. Very interesting. And I also noticed that there's an event going on, so the drop rates get a little higher for here. And during it don't really do it. So let's go back over and see. Now I got to go in and check my experience thing. I got quite a few things to check, so I don't go over 999. But all right, so what do we get? With 24 battles, we got 1, 2. Yeah, so far we got 2. Wow, 2, 3. Okay, so we got 3, 4. So you got 4 of them in 24. Okay. Let me see if I can bring my calculator up. If it'll come up real quick. If not, there it is. Alright, so my calculator, so 24 divided by 4 equals 6. Okay, I mean, I guess I could have did that in my head, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so it's saying that every 6 raids I should pop 1, and that's what I was more going to aim for. On here, that's what I was going to aim for, is that you want to try to stay around 7. I raid for 7 times at a shot, and I'll just do it over and over again. It seems like 7, you're guaranteed to get that one piece of gear 95% of the time. Sometimes you get 0, but most of the time at 7, I'll get it. Now, right now, with the holiday event, when the drop rates go up, because the stamina goes up, they're boosted, everything's boosted. But during the dry, I call them the dry times, when there's nothing going on, your rating might seem like it's far and few between. You're not getting the gear fragments that you need, because the rating is it just seems like the gear will not drop. And a lot of the upper guys, like I said, has been complaining that the gear will not drop, or it's dropping in very, very low rates. So that's what I was getting at with this video. The whole thing came down to that calculation there, is that I would suggest, and again, I'm saying this is a way of doing it, suggest that you raid in 7s. You raid all the things in 7s, and that's what I do. I raid all my gear in 7s. So, like I said, I got quite a few things I have to raid for. Let's move on to him, the cleric. I'm going to go to his gear down here. I've been raiding for pieces of this just to raid for him, because again, in a prior video, I explained about gear and how to, to stay on top of the gear and don't promote before you're ready. I mean, I'm not going to even go into that on this video, because if not, you go see the video I have on the heroes and how they work in promotion. So I think so. Now, a Peerless Bracelet on 11. Let's see how many I can do. Continuous harassment, bang. So I have 9 I can do. So let's raid 10 times. So I'm going to purchase again, raid 10 times. So now I can raid 13 because of the bonus. Okay, so now I'm going to set it down to 7 with this little line here. It decreases. Okay, I'm going to set it to 7. Now in that 7, when I raid 7, I should always get one of what I'm raiding for. Most of the time it's happened for me, is that when I raid 7 like this, I'm going to, most likely there's battle 5, I got 1. And that is continuous on all of it. Now I still got 92 left. Now what I need to go check before I go any further is I need to check my inventory on these guys. So, and these guys, which is the experience stuff. So let me see if I'm going to bring a guy real quick, because I don't want to go over. Excuse me, I don't want to go over. Who do I need to bring up? Oh, gosh. Anybody down here? Yeah, let's bring her out, because I've been working on her. So, we're bringing her out. While we're bringing her out, that way I don't have to worry about going over. You only owe 999. We've been actually writing you cool. I have too. I would wish that they would do like the sunflower you see here, and they put 9,999. I don't know why they won't do it, but that's another topic for another discussion. I think they should, but where can we use these at for right now? And I apologize. I just did this right just did this right out the gate, so I didn't set nothing up for you. So we're going a little bit more slower than I wanted to, but it's all good. I mean, it's pretty straightforward what I'm doing. I don't have to keep going on and on about it. I'm just suggesting that you rate in 7. I'm going to show you one other trick that seems to work for me. And why is it stopping? And it wants to stop. Great, right in the middle of the video. Now I just don't want to work right. So, alright, we're moving along now. So, yeah, that's all I need. I'm not going to tip the scales of 9099 on them. So, another thing too is that I call it the backdoor way of going in, and that seems to work too. Is that what I mean by the backdoor way of going in is that, say you want to do this frozen stone here on Death Knight, okay? So frozen stone, okay? And it's not. This is really not a good example to do it, but I'm going to explain it real brief, and we'll go. Let me find something else so I can explain it correctly, quickly. And let me find another piece here. I'll go down a little bit and find one. Let's see. We'll go to Puro Executed the Orb. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so let's see if the Feather of Truth does anything for us. Alright, no, see, I'm trying to get away from these one boards, which only one board you can do. Let's see what's in the Burning Hammer. Okay, so now, here we go. We got, this is what I was looking for. See how you have 4 different ways of going in for the gear? You have 4 different chapters, 15, 16, 17, and 18, to get this Holy Bible. Okay, so we're going to go in and we want the Holy Bible. So what I mean by the back door is that sometimes it'll work this way, is that if you go in, okay, and you look at the Holy Bible, say on chapter 18, okay? Now, chapter 18, it shows the ring of, well, we were just going Ring of Spectre, right? But you want to do the Holy Bible, okay? Now, try to follow me on this. It might sound a little complicated, but it's pretty simple. What I'll do is that if I'm rating for the Holy Bible, and I want the Holy Bible, I will try to go in through the Ring of Spectre. And, see, the Ring of Spectre, that's the only one that it's on, because remember, stay away from the one, that's the only one I can do is on 18. So, I will go into the Ring of Spectre one, which I was just up. And, I mean, it just may be useless. I mean, it seems to work for me, and I guess it's open up for debate. It's just a quick tip, a quick trick that I've done, is that now if I want Holy Bibles, I'll go in through Ring of Spectre, and for some reason it seems like more Holy Bibles will come up if I go this way. Okay, so Ring of Spectre is actually 2, so we're going to try it, and we're going to raid 7, and since we went in and we're raiding through here for the Ring of Spectre, it seems like more Holy Bibles will come up. It just seems that way. So it just seems that way to me, so let's see. So raid 7, there's a Holy Bible. There's 2 Holy Bibles, okay, and only 1 Ring of Spectre. So, see, that's what I'm talking about, going in the back door. So, if you could pay attention, you might be able to get more gear drop that way. I've noticed is that, and again, it takes some thought. And, you know, if you have time, it takes some thought. If you're going for your Holy Bibles, try to raid on another piece of gear that's attached to it, and you seem to get more because you're raiding through that gear. You're raiding through Ring of Spectre instead of the Holy Bible, so Holy Bible will seem to come out more. So now, let's see if we could go the other way and go back, and we'll try to do the Holy Bible. Where was he? I think he was in the Burning Hammer. So, Holy Bible. Now, let's see if when we go through this way, now we're going through the Holy Bible. So now let's try to rate it here. Okay, purchase. I got to purchase again. So we're going to go down to 7, like I said. Now let's see if we get more Ring of Spectres than the Holy Bible, because we went in through the Holy Bible. Let's try it that way now. Which that's a hard gear to get. Now, see, we got a Ring of Spectre, but now 2 Ring of Spectres and no Holy Bibles. So that's what I call doing it the back door way, going in the back door. When you need a specific gear, try to raid on another piece of gear from another hero, another piece of gear, and it seems like it'll spit more out because you're going on that gear and you're specifically raiding for a certain gear. So, if you didn't understand everything I said, in short, if you're trying to get a Holy Bible, try to raid the Holy Bible on a gear that's attached to it, like the Ring of Spectre, because it seems like more of the Holy Bible will come out if you're raiding on a gear that you're specifically going for. And then you just work it that way all the way up and down. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I just wanted to show you this and see if this will help you. This is how I raid. I raid in 7s because it seems like you're guaranteed to get one of the piece of gear all the time when you raid in 7s. And also, like I said, the back door, it seems I showed you an instance. If you raid it, it works like that sometimes. Sometimes it don't. Okay, and again, I know it's during an event, but it seems to work like that without an event when everything's was quote-unquote the dry season. So I hope this works out for you. I hope this helps you get more gear faster so you can promote your guys and your heroes. And I hope it helped you out, and more videos to come. Thanks.